He's a toad taker. He's a germinator, cultivator.
Take the elevator up.
He's a cloud maker. He's a cloud maker.
Stonerman. Can't keep up even if you can. He flies higher than Peter Pan. Stonerman. Can't keep up even if you can. Kicking it harder than Jackie Chan. He's Stonerman. He's a cloud maker. Welcome back. Welcome here. Welcome everybody. It is Numero Dos Podcast 2, guys. Can't believe we're already here. Absolutely amazing. Due to the overwhelming success of the first one, my first podcast, Stonerman is Dope Podcast, Numero Uno, that's what it's known as in France. Hola. I am so excited to be back here. I got some incredible voice messages. If you want, you can always call me at 310-846-1570. We only text, which I sometimes do, depending on how busy I am. Which isn't very usually all the time, but I will say this, my Etsy shop, you guys, if you are going to go to stonerman.com or you're going to go to Stonerman Smoke Shop on Etsy, I have awesome deals for you guys, and that's all I care about is selling you the dopest high quality accessories in the world.
And the universe.
So go to my Etsy shop. I absolutely love working with Etsy. I do. This is an unsolicited advertisement, but they really make it fun to work with them, and I've had unbelievably great customers through them. So, go to Stonerman Smoke Shop on Etsy. Now back to me regularly blathering about nothing. But my website, honestly, between you and I devised the website so it could be a content farm. What does that even mean? What am I, like, part of the tech crew?
Hey guys, yes, up here in Silicon Valley, we believe a content firm is a good way to get people to look at your website. The more time they spend on your website, the more you can charge for blah, blah, blah.
Businesses, whatever, make all the money you can, save it. I did not do a great job of saving.
Embarrassing
but
disclosure.
Save all the money you can. Spend it too. Spend it on the stuff you like the good stuff.
Like the products at
But
Stonerman.com.
one of the things that I think is really important for the website is that
Back to the
we
content
can get
part.
everybody to send all their fun, stony content, even if it's not stony. It doesn't have to be stony-centric. That doesn't even matter to me. But if it's good and it's funny and it's entertaining or it's thoughtful and it's thought-provoking or you got recipes, I also want recipes.
Love recipes.
And not just for stony edibles, because I'm not a big edible guy. I think we've had this conversation
Not that there's
before,
anything
dude.
wrong with that.
I'm not a big edible guy. I have never had a great experience on edibles. That's not true. I've had some really nice experiences. Well, it's true. I haven't had a great experience, but I haven't really had enough.
I'm arguing with
great
myself, dude.
experiences on edibles to want to continue this as a form of ingestion.
Ew.
First of all, it takes too long. So you eat it and then you gotta wait.
Am I high yet? I don't feel anything. Nothing. Should I eat more? I'll eat more. Yeah, I'll totally eat more. I don't feel anything.
I'm freaking out. What is this, aspirin, dudes?
He's
Not
referring
even,
to
because,
time release.
Again, Advil's dope. I love Advil.
Huh?
It's like the cure-all for me. It's pretty much the only pill I take.
Unsolicited
I'm not a big pill guy either. I don't
advertisement.
really... Ingestion of any kind of
I'm on my high horse.
substance, really, to me, flour is the best way to consume anything.
Partake break.
I'm partaking right now. I hope you are too. Please, smoke them if you got them, yos. Dab it, vape it, puff it, bing it, edible it. But then you're probably gonna, by the time
feel
the
anything yet.
podcast is
I don't
over,
feel
you're gonna
anything
be
yet. I don't
just
feel
hitting up. So
anything
then
yet.
listen to it
I don't
again.
feel
Maybe it'll be a
anything
whole
yet.
different thing. But I really enjoy the flower aspect.
We honestly get it, dude.
I have no idea where I was going and no idea where I'm going either. But the funnest part of doing this podcast is just connecting with you guys, my audience, my folks, my friends, the people who, you don't have to buy anything.
It's not like that with us.
It's not that I'm asking you, hey, you have to buy this. It's not that.
It is with them, but not with us.
You have to buy anything. I don't have any expectations that any of you buy it. But I went off on a bizarre rant here about business that really, I don't know anybody would really want to hear it. So the one thing that's most important about this is it's awesome to be able to do your own podcast because basically
all the other stuff. It's a two-sided conversation where only one person is listening. What? And isn't that really what we all do anyway? I mean, like, how many times do you really listen to the person you're talking to? Especially if they're a loved one. Call me at 2. That's where I was, huh? Leave a message. If you got a good message, I will put it up on the old website. I will put it up on the old podcast. We can get your voice out celebrity. There. Another one of the Vice Squad. So all my fans, you guys are you're either Stoner Maniacs and you're part of the Vice Squad. That's confusing. Both of those are trademarked. I actually talked to the trademark office today. And I know this is now the second podcast in a row that all I do is talk about trademarks. Not all I do. I didn't have like a boring conversation trademark podcast last time. Who would listen to that except for nerds? Which I am one, so I probably would totally listen to that. Because trademarking and copyright is a really good way to protect yourself. It's true. And my dog doesn't care. Stony Dog is in the back. He's not really a Stony Dog because I never, ever, ever get him stony. I don't blow smoke in his face. If you do that, you're a total turd bucket. You're a chum sucker.
That was chum.
So, don't mess with your animals. Don't get your animals stoned or whatever. Seriously, don't. It's not funny. Be cool, yo. What am I talking about? So, yeah, that'll help. I got some really incredible voice messages from, I guess, new fans. So I got a decent response from the overwhelming public, from like the Gen Pop. Gen X and Gen Z, yay, millennials. But for some reason, I have a really high celebrity. Hi. Good one, Stonerman. I don't know how that happened. I don't know what algorithm. I'd love to meet this guy, algorithm.
Oh, yeah, I'm algorithm. I know everything. Yeah, well, if you live in Kentucky, this is the things, and, we can get people out.
Good premise, bad execution. The most important thing when you're listening to these messages is understand that within the satire, comedic realm of the Stonerman is Dope podcast, these voicemails are totally real if you believe them to be real. These are the real folk. But I'm going to play the first one. First one, I was so impressed when I got this. It was like the first one. It was like literally a couple hours after I posted the first podcast. This first message came in. It was very inspirational. Here we go. And how do I... Oh, press 1. Beep.
Hey, there, Stonerman. Or President Barack Obama. They used to call me Stonerman back in Kenya. Anyway, me, Michelle, Malia, and Sasha have been enjoying listening to the podcast and understanding that this is very important for you and for the American people. The American people should also go to stonerman.com if they want high-class, high-quality smoking accessories. Also go to your Etsy shop. I hear your Etsy shop is just as amazing. So, once again, President Barack Obama, sitting here with Michelle, Malia, Sasha, listening to the Stonerman is Dope podcast, just having a great time. And the 12 Social Security guys are also laughing.
He meant
as well.
Secret Service
so
guys.
Keep up the good work and keep it up for America.
Whoa! That was amazing! What a phone call! What a message! Thanks, former President Barack Obama. Hey, here's another one. This is from RDJ, Robert Downey Jr. Oh, I've been a big fan ever since Weird Science. Excuse me. That's just the dog. He's drinking water. Thirsty little dude. Round 2. Cottonmouth, I guess. He was in the other room. I swear, I don't smoke around my pooch. That's not cool. I'm going to get him some more water, but in the meantime, what I want you to do is think about how awesome that was that President Barack Obama called. That was really cool. That was really cool, that President Barack Obama. Actually, he's the former president, but they still call him president, even though he's not. But he was, so he still is, I guess, always. Totally crazy to think that he's now 2 presidents ago. Whoa, time flies. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's time. Here's a new message from Robert Downey Jr., RDJ.
Hey, yo, what's up there? Stonerman, listen to the podcast, heard it, whatever. Didn't see it, but I heard it. No big deal, whatever. Really funny. Got some good things, got some improv going on, a lot of that. A lot of fun, cool, wacky stuff. Really cool, whatever. No big deal. I'll keep listening. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. Got it. No big deal. Whatever. That man is playing Galaga. Whatever. Talk to you later.
Whoa, Iron Man and Sherlock Holmes himself. Cool. I got a message from Stone Cold Steve Austin. I love him.
Stonerman, me, Stone Cold Steve Austin, sitting here listening to the podcast, getting some good giggles in, man, over here at the Rattlesnake Ranch. Stonerman, his dope podcast has hit the airwaves, and I gotta tell you, I love it, but there is only one Stone. Not you, Stonerman, me, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I got myself a hell of a podcast, too. So you better be careful, because I will tell you this. If you ever want to go to the mat, there will be Stone Cold versus Stonerman, and you will not come out on top. I'll drink to that.
Whoa, Stone Cold, don't be so aggro, bro. It's all good. We can be Stone Cold and Stoner Man and have separate and awesome podcasts, too. Don't even trip, bro. There's only one more message left, and it is from my total hero. Who? I don't know who.
Hey, me, Charlie Sheen, man. Winning. Had a little time on my hands, was up all night, so I just kind of tuned in and listened to the old podcast. Really like what you're doing. I think it's pretty funny. Winning here, winning there. I was wondering if you had some room for 2.5 men. I don't know. Spin City.
So the last message I got is from Peter Griffin in Rhode Island.
Hey there, Stonerman. Listened to the old podcast the other day, and I was mildly amused, mildly bored, totally enthralled. Gotta say, I've heard a lot of podcasts. When I head over on the commute to work at the old Pawtucket Brewery, I'll sit and put on the radio, and sometimes get lost in thought, be able to write a masterpiece in my head. But I haven't been able to do that while I put on your podcast because I'm too busy laughing and giggling and thinking about what you're saying and then what you're thinking you're saying and then what you're saying what you think. It's pretty amazing. You keep it up and shut up, Meg.
Whoa, my hero, Peter Griffin, dude. Thanks for listening, bro. He's man, oh man.
Family guy.
So, just sitting here thinking about stuff, thinking about what I want to record, what I want to talk about, and I don't really know. I don't prepare. So I twisted it's not really a fatty. I don't twist fatties. I twist like
Joint shaming.
Full disclosure. I smoked cigarettes for a long time, and I'm really glad I quit. I quit for 3 years. Almost 3 years exactly to the day. It's coming soon. But not having a cigarette in 3 years has been absolutely the best decision I ever made.
True that.
I used to smoke, not honestly because like I thought I looked cool, but I didn't mind dying a little bit every time I took a cigarette.
Unexpectedly deep.
I just felt like at that point in my life, everything kind of sucked.
It's true.
And it was a really shitty time to smoke. I realized I was getting serious and tried to make a joke and a face. But I'm really glad I quit smoking, and it is a really debilitating thing for that cigarettes to get into your system. So as a personal safety announcement, don't smoke ciggies. And if there's a cigarette company who's upset with me saying this, honestly, what? Screw you. Like, burned them. That stuff is terrible. Like, I coughed up so much bad stuff. I can't believe how completely inarticulate I am because, again, I didn't prepare anything for it, but I just want to tell you guys from the bottom of my heart, do not smoke cigarettes. Try not to vape. That is even weirder because it's fake heat. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I don't even know what that means, but I know what it means in my head. I just can't explain it. I wish you could crawl your way in through my ear or my nose, but not through my mouth, because that would be gross. But you could come into my head and understand that it's bad to smoke ciggies and nicotine. It should be banned. When I was 5, I've always kind of considered myself a smoker, but I didn't really consider myself a cigarette smoker. I don't know if that makes any sense. Probably not. Nope, doesn't. I grew up again in the 70s and 80s. It wasn't illegal it was totally legal to smoke in restaurants up until like 87 or 88 or something like that. And same thing on flights. Like, people would smoke.
Would you like to be in the smoking section or more smoking section?
Like, everywhere. I think planes still have, like, they're closed shut, but they still have ashtrays in the handles and stuff because people like to smoke. What? It's a genius concept. Why don't I put the most addictive chemical I can in something that all they have to do is smoke it a couple times and it's infected into their system, into their brain, into their psyche.
Like, it's crazy to be able to invent something that can totally debilitate you psychologically.
It's called love.
Like, I give credit to it, but man, oh man, that is just some devious stuff, dudes. Like, I drink Coca-Cola Zero. Like, it is going out of style. I don't know what that really means either. That term never made that much sense to me. Going out of style. What? Anyway, I don't have anything funny to say about that, obviously.
Accurate self-perception.
But I drink a lot of soda, and it's really terrible for my stomach, and it's really bad for me just personally, and my teeth, all of it. I can't help it, though, because I love it so much. And then when I quit it, like especially Diet Coke, when I would quit Diet Coke, I would get these headaches for like 3 days, and you could feel my blood searching for the caffeine.
Where is it?
Although I don't feel like I need caffeine or I'm addicted to caffeine. I drink this stuff so much, I probably don't even know where my blood stops and my caffeine starts.
Here. There.
If you can, and this isn't totally obnoxious and off the wall, stay away from the stuff that wants you to keep buying it.
Simple but good advice.
But like the cigarettes were awful. So I was in Melbourne. It was like $18-19
Incredibly high taxes for ciggies.
for 20 cigarettes. That's
like $1 an hour.
crazy amount. It's $1 a ciggy to kill yourself every day. Why would you do it? I don't know. So don't smoke cigarettes. Just puff the green, puff the ganj. Get friendly with the weed. I'm not gonna finish that word cause I don't really like saying weed, even though I still do, cause I'm hypocritical. I don't always say or do the things that I don't like that other people say or do, because hypocrisy is fun. It's easy to think about the things that people say and do and say you shouldn't say that or do that when you can do that yourself, because you're a hypocrite. I don't believe somebody should say that. And you think that you are right all the time, because we have opinions that we judge on other people, even though we know we don't live that way ourselves, because we are the people who think that we are superior to the other people who have other things that they say they don't do that we think they should, because we know everything. What a burden. We should be more thoughtful, but who cares about the thoughts and feelings of others when we can be a hypocrite? Yeah, that is a hypocrite song I just wrote with you in mind, and me in mind, and everybody in mind. Myanmar. That used to be Burma.
Sponsor interruption.
Poor me. Are you having a tough day?
Poor me.
Do you struggle with anxiety?
Poor me.
Is the weight of the world on your shoulders?
Poor me.
Well, look at your four walls and feel sadness no more. Now, all you have to do is pop 2 Poor Me pills into your mouth and you won't feel so bad about life anymore. Why? Poor Me pills are made out of pure propofol, which leads to an insanely quick decreased level of memory, easing your poor me feelings. Painful past, difficult breakup, or just plain old having a bad day?
Poor me.
Not anymore. Poor Me pills act fast and are non-habit forming, although we can't prove that last part. So, if someone you know is suffering from a case of poor me's, get a case of Poor Me pills. And don't worry, ladies, if some scumbag tries to drop it in your drink, it explodes like dynamite. Don't take it if you're pregnant, want to be pregnant, want to get someone pregnant, or know somebody who's pregnant. Available only at Walgreens Pharmacy, a Frank Franklin pharmaceutical.
Well, I totally spaced out, and I think that's an important thing to remind ourselves about, is that it's not important to remember everything. It's not important to be on one train of thought. Come on, all aboard. Hey, this train of thought is leaving now. If you can, keep your hands and feet into the car at all times, and we will be on our way. Chugga, 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 thought train. Choo-choo. Hey, what were we talking about? I don't remember. Maybe we'll remember at the next stop. Yeah, let's just get off and then we'll get back on. Okay, did you check your luggage? No, I didn't bring anything. I just brought my bag with me. Oh, well, you can check your bag. No, I know, but I still just brought the bag with me because I don't really like to check it. You got other people touching it, and this time of COVID doesn't really make sense to. Yeah, let's get on the thought train. Chugga, 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 choo, choo. I fell off the thought train, but I'm okay, because I kept my feet and my hands in the car at the same time. I don't know. You ever been on a train? Trains are cool. I like trains. They're big, steely. Like, that's another thing. So, I live in a very big city.
Los Angeles,
In this very big city, they're currently buying all the older properties and tearing them down and building bigger, crappier properties. I mean, like, really ugly designs and really always kind of the same thing. And although I am not against progress,
We must move forward.
I do appreciate history.
We must remember the past.
You got to excuse me. I would like to edit those out, but I think it's important that we keep those in so you can see that
You can't see it. You can only hear it, dude.
I'm not perfect. I will never be perfect. I don't claim to be perfect. I don't want to be perfect. I would like to be perfect, but I don't want to be. I would like to be, though.
I would.
But that's really sort of an impossible value to attain. Nobody can
Value?
be perfect. It's just something that people think
Who
about.
all
And
these people?
Like, have you ever met somebody who's like, I'm my own worst critic? Like, who has a worst critic that follows them around and just judges everything they do? Everybody's their own worst critic.
You are the worst dresser. You drive terribly. You are a stinky winky.
That's the most insane thing I ever heard in my entire life. I'm my own worst critic. Yeah, oh, okay. Well, are you your own favorite fan? No? Well, then shut up. You're not doing it right.
Good premise, bad execution.
Gotta be your own best fan if you're gonna be
Best
your biggest
fan.
critic. It's gotta find your center in between, dude.
It's called balance, dude.
That's it. So,
Oh my gosh. I'm my biggest critic.
one of the things, like, I get a lot of emails at puffy@stonerman.com, Puffy at stonerman.com. I'm not going to spell that one out for you, but Puffy is Puffy, none of that IE garbage. So a lot of the emails that I get, I'll read one right now. Hey, Puffy at Stonerman. I was just wondering, how do you roll a joint? Well, that is a great question. Oh, wait, there's more. P.S. Love the podcast.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, dude.
One of the ways to roll a joint is there's like classic style, there's a whole bunch of different ways to do it, obviously. So the way I like to do it most is I have a rolling machine, I have a rolling tray. If you get a stash station, if you go to stonerman.com or you go to Etsy, Stonerman Smoke Shop, all one word, Stonerman Smoke Shop,
Stonerman
all
Smoke
one
Shop
word.
on Etsy.
If you do that on Etsy, you'll be able to see my stash station, the Neo, the Jack Burton, and the Dalton.
Thought you'd be bigger.
Because those are the three best things you can buy for yourself to show how much you love and appreciate your stash, that you have a station to put it in. Now, when you get a stash station, what comes in that? Well, I try to make it as easy for you as possible.
Thanks,
So
dude.
you only have to pay for one thing once and you get 20 things in there. So you're going to get a rolling tray, you're going to get a glass jar, you're going to get a glass ashtray, you're going to get a rolling machine, you're going to get, I think I said a rolling tray, but then you're going to get a dab wand or a poker stick, plus you're going to get a doob tube. Not only from the doob tube, you're also going to get a plastic carrying case to put your dab wand in, plus you get an unbelievable amount of rolling paper,
Not exact.
pre-rolled cones, non-tobacco blunts, couple of filters, pre-rolled filter cones, not cones, don't be stupid, pre-rolled filters, and paper tips. So I love my stash station. It's where I keep my stash and it's where I station everything, so I get everything out.
This dude's still explaining how to roll a joint.
I take out a little bit of a nug. Again, I'm a flower guy. I think I mentioned that 7,612 times in the other podcast.
Exactly.
So I take out my flower. Now, I got it from Hey Hi, where, full disclosure, heyhi.com, they don't pay me anything,
Unsolicited endorsement.
and they don't give me anything except a great service and great deals for what I get. So I got this.
It's true.
Currently, I am smoking, I believe it's peach flambe from Sessions. I can check, but I don't feel like doing it because I'd probably knock over the microphone doing it.
I would.
But I think it's called peach flambe. It's peach something
I was right
from
again.
Sessions, and I really love Sessions. It's a lower price, great THC content. It's about 25%, which is a quarter. That's as good as you can get, so you can still walk around and have your day without being like, like that's getting into your 30% and your 40%. Oh my goodness.
How do you roll a joint, dude?
I like to get everything out and prepared. I'm not just kind of like a throw everything together kind of guy.
Mr. Spontaneous.
I like to get a little more situated. So I take out my little nug, put it in my grinder. I got a rainbow grinder. Oh, that's another thing you get in the stage station. You get an awesome rainbow grinder, 2.5 inches. I also sell the 2-inch, but I sell the 2-inch in gold with the logo on it. It's a really great little one. That's good for throwing in like a little compact case. But the 2.5 inch is a bigger one. You can throw in an awesome grinder. Both the 2-inch and the 2.5 inch are 4 layers. They got the pollen catcher and the pollen shovel. People love that. They call it Keef. They call it Ketchum. I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
What do you call it?
It's like all the funny flavor crystals that they catch after you use the grinder a whole bunch. It's like all the stuff that falls off the nugs and falls off your grind into there. People put it on there. They swear it gets them 11% higher.
I swear I'm 11% higher.
Pretty insane. The only thing that gets me destroyed are bong hits and edibles. That's why I stay away from bong hits and edibles. I like to be walking around. I don't like to forget about life that much. There was one roommate I used to have. He was a little bit of he wasn't a little bit of one. He ended up getting arrested for being a lunatic. And I mean, I don't think that's an official charge.
Yeah, you can't be arrested for being a lunatic.
He actually got caught throwing bricks through windows.
Those windows deserved it.
But that was way after I lived with him. Coincidence? I don't think so. So he used to smoke bong hits all the time. He used to have a 1.5 foot or a little glass one. And he used to just hit that thing, and it was like, there was a great episode of The Simpsons where Homer could take the most amount of punishment. That's what made him a great boxer, is that people would get tired just punching him in the head, and that was like watching my buddy hit that binger all the time. It's just like, how many hits to the dome are you going to take in a day, bro? I don't think anybody can handle that. And it turns out they really can't. So, I believe it turned out he was schizophrenic as well. But, yeah, that to me is like the antithesis of what smoking bingers is. It's just too heavy hitting. It's like being a boxer. You can't take that many hits without absorbing that much punishment, without walking around going da, da, da. And that's easy for me to say because I'm a J smoker and I walk around, sit around. I've been talking in this podcast. I can't hear how many times I went,
760.
You know what I mean? So I do get it. Man, that binger will get you. And I'm not trying to disparage binger smokers. I get it.
I sure get a lot of things.
The way you love to deal with it. It's the way you love to deal with it. I knew another guy. We used to call him Shushy. Oh, that guy was an idiot.
Shush.
Because all he would do is take bing hits, dude. He would just sit there and just... Like, dude, what? I mean, are you enjoying this? Because then he'd just sit there and stare at the TV. TV wasn't on. Just be sitting there staring at it. I'm like, oh, dude. So I don't really talk to Shushy anymore. And, to be honest, I don't have that many friends from my childhood anymore.
Shush.
And that's because I'm the only one who didn't grow up. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I brought this up on the last podcast. I'll probably bring it up in the next
The next podcast.
Living the Stonerman lifestyle is unconventional. It leaves not for judgment of others, but others of judgment of me.
What?
And I've been scorned, scoffed, and spat upon. In a completely literal sense. Nobody's ever really done that to me. And definitely never spat upon me.
I have had a drink thrown in my face.
But I just feel like
Somebody's watching me.
this type of thought process, this type of lifestyle,
The Stony Life, man.
is something that is for everyone. It's your inner self coming out.
Ew.
But you just have to take that judgment aspect.
Professor at dorkyology.
What am I talking about? Oh, that was from the Coke Zero from my tummy.
Unsolicited advertisement.
Today's been a good day.
It has.
I want to run. I've been talking myself out of
Nah,
running
you can
lately,
do
a
it
little
tomorrow.
too much because I
my
really
Achilles
enjoy
hurts.
running as a form of exercise because I
careful on
think
them
one of the
knees.
things that stoners can
You're
really
getting
benefit
older.
from is you can use the time that you take when you're getting smoky and you're enjoying your smokiness. You can use that time to really work out. Most people don't know how much concentration can be done when you puff.
You're not setting the best
I was
example.
the first one to say,
Finish a story.
puff up and then zone out for like 2 hours working out. The thing is, I don't. I just can't.
Yeah, I can.
But I've been really good at running for the last COVID, I guess we'll just call it.
Run,
and
Stonerman,
talking myself out of
run.
it lately. It's because I've been putting a lot of pressure on myself.
I'm my biggest critic.
The thing about
Sparky Warky.
Sparky Warky. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys.
Yeah?
So, this is how you roll a J.
Oh, yeah.
The only way you really need to remember it. Grind, sprinkle, lick, twist.
I don't know my own saying.
Wait, you gotta think about it this way. I'm gonna pull this up, and I hate looking at my computer while I'm
You mean being prepared?
super embarrassing, guys. This is really the only way you need to remember how to roll a joint. Grind, crease, sprinkle, lick, twist and burn, smoke that ch. Grind, crease, sprinkle, lick, twist and burn, smoke that ch. Grind, crease, sprinkle, lick, twist and burn, smoke that ch. Grind, crease, sprinkle, lick, twist and burn, smoke that ch. Grind, crease, sprinkle, lick, twist and burn, smoke that ch. What does that mean? Grind. So you gotta take your fun, beautiful flour, grind it up. Take your grinder. Put your grinder together. Then you take your flour, put it in the grinder, close it up and grind it away. So I'm grinding up my flour, then I open up my grinder once it's ground. I put the ground up fun flour on my rolling tray. Then I gonna crease the paper. I like to use the 1 1/4 ultra thins, cause I like my personal JJs. So I will take a 1 1/4. I generally use raw or ultra thin zigzags. Those are usually my favorite, that green hemp. And it's 1 1/4. And then what I like to do is I like to cut the bottom quarter off. So I'm really getting 1 1/4 of a quarter.
What?
And so I cut that off. So if you smoke as many joints as I do and you keep cutting off a certain amount of paper, that means you're not smoking that paper, which is awesome. So think about all the stuff you're not smoking as well as the stuff you are smoking. So if you can eliminate some waste so you're not inhaling it and putting it into your system, the better for you. So I cut the bottom quarter off.
What?
Then what I like to do is I put a pre-rolled filter into my rolling machine, and then I will sprinkle in my grind. Not too much. You don't want to go too dank. You don't want to put in too much, because sometimes it all comes down to, when you burn it, getting the airflow through the J into your lungs.
It's science.
So sprinkle in a good time, firm it down a little, but not too much. Roll the thing up, put that paper in there. So we've grinded, we have creased, we have sprinkled. So now
This has to be the most confusing way to roll a J I could have ever explained to you guys. I totally apologize. Go to the video section in my website and I'll have a video on how to do it. It's much better explanation, because this was pee poor stinky weak.
Roll. Then we twist it, twist and burn. Doom. Then we twist and burn. So basically what you do is, that's if you're going to do it with the rolling machine, which you can get at stonerman.com. Come get the stash station. You'll get all that stuff. You can put all this into practice. And then practice into purpose, and purpose into knowledge. Because you should concentrate, not complicate. That's the way things go around here. So one of the other things, too, is grinders. Like, grinding it is very important. Because if you just put the flour in there without grinding it, it is more difficult.
Sometimes I'm amazed at how boring I can be, cause in my head I seem so much more interesting. But now I'm not understanding that I can't keep your attention even when I'm droning on. Sorry, not sorry, but keep on listening, cause I love you.
So one of the other things you can do is break it up. If you don't have a grinder, if you don't have a stash station, hey guys, it's okay. But what you're going to want to do is grind it up.
To be clear,
with
you
your
should
hands.
grind
So
it.
you just kind of pinch it, make it sort of easily break down. Then you just kind of make a little U-boat.
I had no idea where I thought this would be more interesting by audio instead of by video. So, again, I didn't mean to waste your guys' time, but holy mackerel, can I not explain logically how to roll a J quickly?
And then the whole thing comes down to the roll. It's where your thumbs get that first roll down. So if you're doing it without the machine, what you want to do is nestle the paper in between your thumb and your two fingers. Your first two fingers, 1 and 2, the first two dig. And once you've got everything evened out, you
slowly roll your thumbs in the opposite directions of your fingers, and you let that go all the way until you are able to roll the paper to the gummy part where you lick. So
That's one
again,
way of saying
the
it.
most important thing is you're going to have to keep practicing until you learn how to be really gentle with your fingers. And that is a great life lesson as well, not just for rolling J's.
I know what you're thinking it
In
rhymes
general,
with,
it's how
dudes.
to
Come
really
on.
use, a right amount of pressure in your fingertips, your thumbs, all that in your hands. So once you get that, you lick it, then roll it a couple more times around to make sure the whole thing is closed, and then maybe run your finger along the line. Check it. So I cannot be more of an advocate for putting a filter in your joints, and just take a little piece of anything. If you don't get the pre-rolled filters, the pre-rolled filters are amazing, and the rolling machine is amazing if you're going to smoke J's. It's very important to learn how to do it without the rolling machine. Very important. You just got to really take a weekend, guys. Take a weekend, get yourself a stash station, go get yourself some stash, put it all together, and then just spend a weekend just opening, practicing, closing them, rolling them, licking them.
Don't be dirty.
Do the grind, crease, sprinkle, lick, twist, and burn. Then you smoke that.
I didn't swear.
But you're going to really practice that grind.
It's the roll. The roll is really the most important part. Once you get everything in, you pack it up, you push everything in with your fingers, make sure it's tight but not too tight. Then you gotta roll. You gotta learn how to roll. It's amazing once you get that roll down.
When I first started rolling J's, I used to roll Pregos.
What's a Prego?
So they would be kind of like on one end, on both ends
You
they
sure?
would be the same size, but in the middle they'd be real chubby. It was awesome.
I meant pregnant.
So right when you get to the middle of it, you would be hitting a really great J. I still kind of do that, but it's been very important to me to roll really, really good J.
I don't know why.
And I do. But no need to have to go old school when you can just put it in a machine, because this thing really does look beautiful. It hits like a boss, dude. It hits like a boss.
You're hired.
And I want you guys to be able to roll your own, both manually and machinally. So that's how you roll a J.
Manually and machinally. Got it.
I'm a cloud maker, dudes. Grind, crease, sprinkle, lick, twist, and burn. Smoke that sh. That's all you gotta remember, dudes. Be a germinator, be a cultivator, be a cloud maker. But grind, crease, sprinkle, lick, twist, and burn. Oh, that's good stuff. When was the first time you ever got high? That's awesome. Excusez-moi, bon amis, but I am making the coffee. That's pretty cool. Yeah. First time I got high, I was in college.
At the University of Garbage.
And this is a controversial opinion.
Controversial opinion.
Controversial opinion. Whatever, college, whatever.
The University of Garbage.
If you guys can figure out a way to give an institution $100,000 over the next 4 or 5 years of your
Waste
life,
of money.
feel free to do it.
Waste of money.
So the first time I was 18,
Not the second time I was 18.
and like my whole life I'd grown up like I'd always smelled it. My parents were stoners without being like stoners in front of my face. Like in front of my face, I don't know what that means. Like they never smoked in front of us. It was never.
Hey kids, grind, crease, sprinkle, lick, twist and burn, smoke that
It was
shit.
just always kind of this light scent that always came from their room on Sundays. But they always had sort of the stoner mentality, much more so. Like I didn't know drinking was a problem for everybody until I went to other people's houses, because like nobody really drank at our house.
I'm on my
Alcohol was
high
never
horse.
around, so I to this day can actually, I'm one of the people that I truly know can enjoy alcohol, which I don't, because it's pretty much gross except for whiskey. Whiskey is
good.
That is one damn fine piece of alcohol work. And rum. I feel like a pirate. I feel like a pirate when I drink it. I feel like a pirate when I drink rum, but I really do enjoy rum, Malibu rum. That is some good stuff. And can't stand vodka. I don't like the clears. I don't know. It's just a whole different thing. Drinking.
Yeah, it's totally different, dude.
Not for me. So the first time I tried weed, I was like,
I'd kind of known about it. I had done my research. I watched a lot of Cheech and Chong movies.
I ain't never had no acid like that before in my life, man.
And understood that people could be really silly on it and people could really freak out on it. So there was
mellow out,
a little bit of a mystery involved that I was really excited about getting to know. And
Getting to know.
I smoked with my roommate, who was a real jerk off and ended up being even worse. But we had a good time. And
Sensing a theme, dude.
what I always feel like the first time you get high is like, because you don't have anything to balance it off of, you don't know
called point of
what the
reference.
feeling is otherwise. You're like, for the first 40 minutes, like, I don't think I'm feeling it. I don't know. No, I'm not. I'm not feeling it. I'm totally not feeling it. And you keep going through like but these thoughts are just like racing through your head, and then maybe like the back of your neck gets real hot, and you're still like, I'm not feeling anything. Am I feeling something? I think I'm feeling something. I'm not sure though. Like, how is it supposed to be? Like, how am I supposed to feel? And then you're so unsure, and then you start cackling and laughing, and everything's funny, and then you realize you're high. That's when the fun takes over.
Whoa.
And I think with anything, it's like something just says, hey, you know what? This is going to be a lot of fun. And then it is. And then you just have a great time with your friends. You're laughing. You're having a good old time. And it's really cool. Because, like, I had a lot of friends that
I've never had a lot of friends.
smoked during high school and everything. So, like, if you
Caution. Preaching coming.
go by what your parents' rules are and what the rules of society and
What?
the law says, and that's just don't do it.
I'm making no sense.
Not going to say it's hypocritical of me because I didn't smoke until I was 18. And I was glad I waited.
Nerd.
So it's not a judgmental thing. It's
Innocent.
just like it's better to be more prepared.
What?
And I think like that's like the bottom line about life, isn't it? Is that life is a lot of fun and it's ups and downs and all arounds. And
Conversational left turn.
good Lord, if you can, go listen to Bill Hicks. It's just a ride. Bill Hicks to me is like the coolest, best stand-up comic. The George Carlin and Bill Hicks. Like, obviously Chappelle. You can't get better in my mind, in my lifetime.
What Stonerman means is currently.
Dave Chappelle and Eddie Murphy. That is how comedy should be done. But Bill Hicks passed away in '94, and George Carlin, who had been around since the '60s, and one of my George Carlin is the GOAT.
The 7 dirty words you can't say on television.
He's the GOAT to me. Eddie Murphy is Elvis.
Thank you very much.
To me, and George Carlin is Bob
The
Dylan.
hurricane.
If that makes any sense.
Nope.
Like, Elvis was the rock star. Bob Dylan was
The poet. The poet.
struck you more
As the poet.
in a cynical note, and Eddie Murphy always struck people in a, oh my God, this is the most entertaining human being I've ever seen in my entire life.
Jamie Foxx is a close second.
As great as Dave Chappelle is as a comic, Eddie Murphy was that as a comic and as a sketch performer on television and as a movie star. So by the time Eddie Murphy was 22 years old, he was the best TV star, film star, and stand-up comic in the world. That was Eddie Murphy's. I don't know. I don't care. My dream is to spend afternoon just talking to Eddie Murphy about comedy. He's the greatest of all time as far as I'm concerned. Just in terms as an entertainer, I don't think anybody has been more entertaining in the world than Eddie Murphy. To me, the two guys that are really my conscience.
This is your conscience.
Have made up a lot of my. How do you say it without sounding as dumb as I'm sounding right now?
Great question.
George Carlin and Bill Hicks developed this incredibly intelligent format of being able to dissect sociology and society as a whole and be able to say it in a palatable way that people can enjoy it and laugh. Well, Bill Hicks, he was always in a tug of war with the audience, whether he wanted to make them laugh or he wanted to piss them off. That was up to him on the day that he grabbed the microphone. That dude was humongous in England because they got his cynicism, and he was like as intelligent a guy I think as I've ever heard. The way he understood society. I think you still listen to his act, which is 30, 40 years old now. Not 40, but like 30 years old at this point, and it still is important today about people as you can get. Fair enough. I'm kind of surprised at how really salient that point
And George
was.
Carlin was just the master of different generations. But
What?
I feel like I noticed a lot of Bill Hicksisms in George Carlin after Bill Hicks passed.
Hot take. Controversial.
And I'm not trying to say that to be blasphemous, because again, Carlin's the GOAT. Hicks, unfortunately, wasn't around long enough to be the GOAT. And Eddie Murphy's the greatest entertainer of all time. Chappelle is currently my favorite and has been since maybe 97, 98, 99, 2000. And then the show, his sketch show came out, and that was amazing. So, Just a Ride, Bill Hicks, Just a Ride. Google that.
Just a ride.
Watch that. I think that is one of the most poignant ways of talking about what life is all about. And he passed away shortly after that. He recorded that special. Very interesting way of talking about life. Check out a lot of Bill Hicks stuff. Really funny. A little bit acerbic, which is something I don't mind at all, because
Thought lost.
whoops, sorry if you heard that. I just kicked the microphone stand, but you may not have heard it, because again,
I'm like a ninja.
I said ninja.
I think I should go running later.
I did.
So I first got high in college.
Man, this guy
And-
takes forever to finish a story, huh?
When it hit me, it just hit me. My head fell back and I couldn't really feel it. And I was like, oh, okay, this is for me. Because again, I had the experiences with alcohol growing up of like, okay, this ain't a good way to live a life. It takes its toll on you physically. You can lose like at least 15,000 if you get pulled over for drunk driving deeds. Forget that, bro. And you could be just hammered enough to just destroy families. No need for that.
It's true.
Like the best part about smoking weed is the only family you destroy is yours. you know?
What?
Like heroin.
Smack. Hey, boom, pow.
That is one awful drug, and it. Jeez Louise, I'm not like laughing at people who do it, but
Well,
I'm just
kinda.
glad it ain't a part of my life. Yikes-a-roo.
This dude's heartless.
That's one of those things. I don't understand how people can get. It's not that I don't understand how people can get into it, but it's like,
Hey, do you want to eat this fire?
no, this fire is gonna burn.
Yeah, but it feels really good at first, and then it burns really bad over the rest of your life, ruining your family's life.
It's been documented. It's been on documentaries. It's been on TV shows.
That's what makes it true.
Like, that's the thing. Heroin ain't trying to hide it. Like, they're not trying to fool you as like,
No, we're actually just like,
good premise, bad
I
always try to
execution.
forget. I always try to forget. I never try to forget. I always forget. I always want to call it Latvia. That fake weed. It's not sativa.
The word is salvia.
Salvia. That's what it is. Have you guys seen salvia? Like watching people freak out on salvia? Or that one video of that kid who's like totally freaking out where he gets frozen.
And he's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I was freezing, oh my god, oh my god.
Like where time stood still for him. I've been there. That was like the first couple years of being a stoner kid. And when I say kid, 18 and over, because I don't consider anybody, that's a child. Anybody under 18 is a child to me. And I don't mean that negatively. It's just that's how I differentiate a kid and a child. And an adult is anybody like 30 and over. I don't know what I consider people in their 20s. Pretty much just know-it-alls. Got 'em.
Yeah, eat that, kids in your 20s.
Yeah, life is good. I think I decided I'm going to go running later. Thank you guys for the support. I'm going
I
to go do
did.
that.
Thanks again.
After I, take care of business here, maybe take the pooch out one more time. It's almost time to start defrosting his food.
Dude eats high-end beef products because he deserves it, because he's the best
So
dog
he can eat really
in
good
the
food.
world.
Man, I love that dog. Dogs are the best. Like, I know people like cats, and this is not an anti-cat thing because I grew up with cats. Grew up with 2 Siamese cats. Siamese cats are the best kind of cat if you're going to have them because they talk.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
That was Siamese cat for Have a Great Day,
They were
dude.
just awesome. Blue point, too, so they had the blue eyes, and they were just like gray face, white, gray tail, gray paws.
Great cats.
Great ears. Those cats were awesome. So, yeah, I like cats, but I don't think you can get the type of relationship with anything that you can from a dog.
Everyone's best friend.
In terms of an emotional compatibility, I have a cousin. My cousin is also probably my best friend. She's a bird chick. She loves birds. My dad has birds. I don't get it at all. Like, that's the meanest thing in the world to me. Like, hey, you know, you've got the most precious thing that God can bestow about anything. It can fly. It can go into the sky. It can go in the air and maybe look at the clouds. No, why don't you stay here in my place? I think that's so mean. I don't know why people do that. Oh, you can run really fast? Let me take your feet. Oh, yeah. By the way, you're also going to be in a cage for your whole life. Oh, here's a little water. And some sunflower seeds. No. You take them out of the shell.
Good routine.
I'm not saying that's my cousin. My cousin is incredible with these birds. She's incredible. And I, you know, whatever works for you.
Now I feel guilty.
I have a neighbor who has a parrot. And that thing squawks all the time. And he is, my neighbor's an idiot.
Shocker.
The bird is a girl. It's named Poncho, which I just find a little strange. But the dude's really weird, right? He's like one of those weird neighbors who stares at you too long for no reason. Like you're having a conversation with him and it's his part of the conversation comes up, but he doesn't talk. He's just staring at you, which means like, oh, you haven't been listening the entire time. You're probably just thinking about ways you could cut my throat and watch me bleed out in your backyard. Because I'm not just saying I live in California. I believe this guy definitely has a basement where he does awful things. He had he might even still have a full knight's armor in the window, like with the axe, just like staring at people. A beautiful house though. But yeah, he's got a bird and he's always like, no, the bird's really friendly. And then, you know, you go close and the bird's not friendly at all. Like tries to break your finger and stuff. And the bird's like 30 years old. Like those things last to be like 70 or something like that. You gotta will them to people. Willem Dafoe.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man.
Love that guy. That guy's
There
great,
was
great
a
actor.
firefight.
So this guy, he's got this bird, Ponch, and Ponch is kind of like a smartass, you know? He has he used to have this dog. So I don't like to brag or anything, but like
Who
most
starts
people
off a
see
sentence
my
like that,
dog,
dude?
oh, it's easy to have a dog because like that guy really, look how much you love that dog. And so everybody,
I am now
in my
totally
neighborhood,
bored
'cause I
with
lived
my
here for
own
forever, it's
story.
an advertisement for getting a dog. They get their dog and they don't train it.
Don't get it bloody
That's
nose
the
on
biggest
your
thing.
high
You have to
horse,
work
bro.
on it. You're
Jeez.
not training your dog, you're training yourself. So take it seriously if you're getting a dog and work on it. So this jerk across the street with this 30-year-old angry bird with a chip on its shoulder gets a junkyard dog. He gets literally like it's a German Shepherd. I kept wanting to say Golden Retriever because I had a Golden Retriever and I always wanted a German Shepherd. I love the Golden Retriever. It's the sweetest dog in the world. But that's like having a bimbo for a dog. Like not the smartest. And I'm really into smarter breeds.
Dog snob.
Because you can communicate a little easier.
Okay, Einstein.
But I mean, the Golden Retriever is the sweetest dog on earth. They're just a little simple, and I need a little more out of my companion. That's all. You know, I'm tough to deal with. So this guy gets a German Shepherd, which I always wanted. I always loved German Shepherds. They're the coolest dogs in the world, except they walk like Groucho Marx. And I don't want a Groucho Marx dog because it's so bad for him. Like it ends up being that hip dysplasia or whatever they call it is just, that's awful because they overbred him because those dogs are amazing. So he gets his dog. It's the meanest dog I ever saw in my life. Why? Because it was a junkyard dog who was chained up to a junkyard and oversaw everything for a good long while. And this dum-dum, it became like too old. And he's like, oh, I want a dog. And he's psycho. He does that like super long stare. I'm sure his favorite show is Mindhunter. And he likes it because he thinks it's a comedy. And he probably takes notes for the other side. Anyway, this guy gets his dog and he's like, hey, Stonerman, come here, check out my dog. And I'm like, nah, I'm pretty good, man. Yeah, pretty much, nah, the thing looks mean as hell. He's like, no, come on, see it. Like an idiot. I was like, oh, okay. So I put my hand out. I'm not lying. Again, I don't lie unless it totally benefits me, and there's of no benefit to me to lie in this situation. So I put my hand out for him to sniff it, and I swear to goodness, this dog puts his mouth around my hand and looks me dead in the eye. Like he didn't bite down, but he let me know he could. And
like kind of chomped a little bit, and then I pulled my hand out. Like after I pulled my hand out, he like the dog didn't even like aggressively come. He just like looked at me. I'd never been dead-eyed by a dog like that, and just scared poopless, dude. And then he said, "Oh, I'm sorry." I was like, "Sorry. I told you it would happen." Then he did the same thing to my neighbor. I had warned him about it. This is why I don't totally fault the psycho with the dog, because I told my neighbor, like, yo, this dog bit me in the hand, looked me in the eye like, yo, F you, Jew boy. And I'm not even Jewish, even though I am. So it was just a really, like, that dog got me deep in my soul. And I told my neighbor, and he was like, oh, okay. So this dum-dum, he's like, hey, come see Bear. The dog's name's Bear. This is an important part of the story. Come see Bear. Let's see Bear. Come see Bear. Dum-dum goes across the street, and he's like, oh, come see Bear. Dog jumped up, bit him in the leg. Bit him in the leg just south of the kiwi and the bananas. No, it's the banana and the kiwis. Yeah, that doesn't make it. That would be really, really bizarre to have bananas and a kiwi. It's the kiwis and the banana. And he bit him right on the leg, bit the skin, broke it. Dude's bleedy. And like he jumps back. He's like, oh, sorry. I'm like, oh, I wasn't there to see it, but it was awesome every time. So this psycho dog Bear, who's bit me and my neighbor, escaped one day, flipped my dog. Man, this was crazy. So this dog escapes, and all I hear is, because I always walk my dogs without a leash because I can, because my dogs aren't losers. So I'm walking my pooch. That was Justice. She was tied for best dog ever with my current dog. And thankfully, shepherds, when they attack, they flip dogs over with their nose, and then they attack their throat because they're tactical. Again, it's one of the reasons I like smart dogs. Like, he's not just going to run up and try to fight. Like, he's like, yeah, I'm going for the kill. So luckily, I got him in between the flip and the kill. And he flipped my dog into a car. It was one of the most insane things I ever saw. And thankfully, and I don't care if you're an animal rights person or whatever, I had my cell phone in my hand because I wasn't close enough to get in the middle. And I whipped my cell phone and hit his dog hard enough where Bear went, yike! And I grabbed Bear and pushed him against the truck, or against Dum-Dum's SUV until Dum-Dum could come out and grab him. And my dog was like shivering, like so freaked out. It was oh my God, it was horrible. But thankfully he didn't bite her. He just flipped her and scared the hell out of her. That jacked her for a while. So hearing that dog wince when I whipped my phone into his stomach made me feel somewhat better about it. And again, if you think I'm in the wrong for trying to save my dog, stop listening to my podcast and unsubscribe, because stupids with dangerous dogs are worse than dangerous dogs. And I know a lot of stupids with dangerous dogs. So long story endless, Bear, I couldn't wait. And this is like, I'm telling you, the first month Dum-Dum has his dog. Maybe the first 2 months Dum-Dum has his dog. And so I stayed away from that. He's right across the street too. So I stay away from him and Bear, and then Bear, his legs start to deteriorate. He's still like this aggro dog, but now he's kind of like the Family Guy, that Herbert's dog with like the dead back legs. So he's still trying to be a killer, but he's got those dead legs. Like, shade and fraud's a terrible thing, but I suffered from it greatly. Watching him try to tear my dog apart, because Dum-Dum would still have him out in the front yard. It was just weird. He like really enjoyed the fact that his dog wanted to kill other dogs. Finally, Bear passed away, and it devastated Dum-Dum. Dum-Dum couldn't, like, it. I don't know if he'd never really lost anything like that, because his parents 30 years old, you know? So to make a long story endless, for the last 5 years, this dog has been gone. Every 15 minutes you hear Pancho go,
Bear, Bear, I love you, Bear. I love you, Bear. Bear, 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 I love you, Bear. I love you, Bear. Bear, Bear.
every 20 minutes this bird reminds him, like, your dog's dead. Oh, it's absolutely amazing. And that is why I will never get a parrot. I do not need anything. Who needs a relationship with an animal for that long? I don't. Plus, especially one that could talk. Ugh. It's like having a kid.
No offense.
Which I'm all for. Go for it. Just not for me. My friends, I could not thank you for attending this podcast more than I have. That's my sincere voice. I feel like we really learned more about each other today, and this was a lot of fun. And thank you for listening. And if you can, go to stonerman.com. Send me some of your content. You can send me a link. You can send me, really send me a link, because that's probably going to be best. Yeah, don't make me download nothing. I don't download anything. So just send me a link to your content, and I will start to put it up on my website. I will start to put it up
What a buddy.
and promote it everywhere I can. You guys have a really incredible rest of your day. Go to stonerman.com, stonermania.com. Buy some great, awesome smoking accessories. Go to my Etsy shop, Stonerman Smoke Shop on Etsy. And dang it if I won't hear you soon. Puffy at stonerman.com, 310-846-1570 if you want to call and leave a message. I can't wait to put your stuff into my podcast universes and stuff.
Yeah, no big deal.
But
Whatever.
Mano Manischewitz, you guys are a really great part of my day, and thank you for giving me somewhere to upload, if you know what I'm saying.